Sun Wukong first ensured Tan San's safety before rushing to assist Zhu Bag in the fight against the Tiger Pioneer. Yet, the Tiger Pioneer executed a golden cicada shall escape, shedding his tiger skin over a rock to confuse and bewilder Sun Wukong and Zhu Bag. Then, he abducted Tan San's to the Yellow Wind Monster. Learning of Sun Wukong's extraordinary abilities, the Yellow Wind Monster inquired of the Tiger Pioneer how he had managed to capture Tan San's. The Tiger Pioneer recounted the entire affair, leading the Yellow Wind Monster to order his minions to bind Tan San's, intending to feast on his flesh once Sun Wukong and Zhu Bag ceased to be a nuisance. Tan San's, tied to a wind-fixing stake, was terrified, hoping his disciples would rescue him soon. After realizing they had fallen for a trick, Wukong and Bag hurried to protect Tan San's, only to find him missing. They then searched Yellow Wind Ridge for their master. Wukong discovered the Yellow Wind Kite and asked Bag to guard their belongings while he went to the demon's lair to demand Tan San's release. Upon hearing that Wukong had come to challenge him, the Yellow Wind Monster reprimanded the Tiger Pioneer for bringing Tan San's. However, the Tiger Pioneer, nonchalant and overconfident, believed that with a few dozen demons under his command, he could defeat Wukong. The Yellow Wind Monster, convinced, promised to sworn brotherhood with the Tiger Pioneer if he could capture Wukong. The Tiger Pioneer roared, threatening to capture Wukong along with Tan San's if he did not retreat. This enraged Wukong, who engaged in fierce combat with the Tiger Pioneer. After several rounds, the Tiger Pioneer, no match for Wukong's prowess, fled in panic. Wukong pursued the Tiger Pioneer relentlessly, while Zhu Bag, as the Tiger Pioneer ran past Bag's hiding spot, Bag struck and killed him with a single blow. Wukong informed Bag that their master had been taken by the demon, and he went to the Yellow Wind Cave to settle scores with the old demon, leaving Bag to guard their belongings. Wukong, clutching the Tiger Pioneer's corpse, brought it to the Yellow Wind Cave to provoke the Yellow Wind Monster. The Yellow Wind Monster, enraged, immediately emerged from the cave to do battle. Seeing Wukong's small stature, he mocked Wukong's inability. However, Wukong remained unshaken and engaged in a fierce duel with the Yellow Wind Monster. The two were locked in a stalemate with the clear victor. At that moment, Wukong cleverly plucked the hair from his body, which transformed into dozens of duplicates, all attacking the Yellow Wind Monster. Seeing this, the Yellow Wind Monster opened his mouth wide and unleashed a gale. Yet, amidst the gale, Wukong and his duplicates began their assault. Unable to withstand their combined attack, the Yellow Wind Monster gradually fell back. Then he exhaled another gust of wind, injuring Wukong's eyes before retreating to rest. In the battle against the Yellow Wind Monster, Wukong was momentarily careless and injured his eyes by the demon's wind power, forcing him to temporarily leave the battlefield to seek Bag's assistance. Together, they searched for shelter, where the mysterious Dawn, a protector, disguised as an old man, treated Wukong's eye injury. To reassure them, the old man conjured a house for them to stay in. The next day, after his eyes had healed, Wukong, though initially displeased, he understood the protector's persuasion. Worried about Tan San's safety, Wukong decided to scout the Yellow Wind Cave. He left Bag to wait outside and transformed into a mosquito. To finding Tan San's, Wukong advised him to stay calm and wait for the right moment. Then, Wukong left the Yellow Wind Cave as a mosquito and rejoined Bag. The Yellow Wind Monster boasted to Bag, and no deity could subdue Wukong unless the Bodhisattva Ing could be subdue the Yellow Wind Monster. As Wukong and Bag were planning to go to the residence of the Bodhisattva Ing, the star god transformed into an old man and revealed the location of Lingji Bodhisattva on Mount Sumras. Wukong then instructed Bag to wait at Yellow Wind Ridge, while he swiftly went to invite the Bodhisattva Lingji. Lingji Bodhisattva arranged for Wukong to lure and swoop. Wukong accepted the plan, smashed the gates of the Yellow Wind Cave, and challenged the Yellow Wind Monster. Meanwhile, Lingji Bodhisattva took the opportunity to invoke the Flying Dragon Staff. Successfully subduing the Yellow Wind Monster revealed his true form. He was a yellow-haired ferret. Wukong initially wanted to strike him dead with his cudgel, but Lingji bowed his cudgel, but Ling to be captured and handed over to the Buddha. Consequently, Wukong and Bag stormed the Yellow Wind Cave. The Yellow Wind Monster, also known as the Yellow Wind King, was originally an enlightened rat at the foot of the Spirit Mountain. Having stolen and consumed the clear oil from a covered blaze lamp, fearing capture and punishment by the Vaura warriors, he fled to Yellow Wind Ridge to become a demon causing trouble. Under his command, the Tiger Pioneer used a ruse to capture Tan San's and bring him to the cave. Later, Sun Wukong and Bag fought their way into battle, wielding a trident to its valor. Vine Monster blew a fierce tail that spun Wukong around in the air like a spinning top, causing his fiery eyes to ache. Wukong and Bag sought refuge in a farmhouse, a transformation of the Dharma protectors, where they purchased medicine for their aching eyes. The elderly farmer warned them, "You must be cautious of the yellow wind monster." Eavesdropping, Wukong learned that the demon feared only Ling-ji. Unsure of where to find residence, and Wukong missed out, who was actually Sumerus. Wukong brought Ling-ji both his stuff from us. Then Wei Yong Wei's near Yellow Wind Ridge, Tans and Zhang encountered a family with the surname Wang, intending to stay the night. However, the unattractive appearances of Sun Wukong and Zhu Bag, from learning the elderly man and his family. Upon learning that Tan San's and his party were heading to the west to Buddha and seek scriptures, the old man immediately advised against it, claiming that the Yellow Wind Ridge was hot with perils. Sun Wukong confidently declared himself the great sage equal to heaven, possessing infinite divine powers, and having caused an uproar in the heavenly palace, feared no demons or ghosts. The old man, skeptical yet hopeful, suggested that if Wukong was as powerful as he claimed, he could indeed journey to the west to attain the scriptures. That night, Tan San's and Tan San's reprimanded Sun, while Zhu Bag for their pilgrimage. The next day, after bidding farewell to the old man, Tan San's and his... Suddenly, Tan San's felt a strange gust of wind and couldn't help but feel alarmed. Zhu Bag suggested finding shelter from the odd wind, but Sun Wukong dismissed the idea. He caught the wind and sniffed it, concluding that it was indeed a strange wind. As they conversed, the tiger pioneer leapt out from hiding, startling Tan San's. Sun Wukong immediately gave chase, brandishing his gold cudgel to strike. The tiger pioneer called for a halt, claiming to be the Yellow Wind King's envoy, tasked with capturing humans for a feast. He inquired about the origin of Tainan, not to interfere. Zhu Bag, seeing this, reprimanded the tiger pioneer, identifying himself as an envoy of the Tang Emperor, bearing a mission to the west to obtain scriptures, and warning the demon to clear the way or face the consequences. The tiger pioneer, however, was two-faced and launched a surprise attack on Zhu Bag, leading to an immediate skirmish.